What matters more in the long distance test of the Wither Stakes? Experience, speed, or bloodlines? Schoolyard Superman has shown the speed, but steps into his biggest test yet. Now, Grittiness has tried this distance, but is still looking for that breakthrough. And Ottinho, bred like royalty, half brother to Hall of Famer, gun runner. At 1.125 miles, we're about to get some answers. How will you find your winner? Facts and figures are going to give you that winning edge. I give you the stats, you make the picks. Hi, it's Maura from Trifecta and a little bit extra. And this is the Wither Stakes. It's going to be run Friday, February 6th at Aqueduct. And get this, it is 1.125 miles, that longer distance, and 20 Kentucky Derby points to the winner. Now, it looks like we're going to have a fast-paced race. And remember, the inside is better due to the turn at the very beginning of the race. Now, we're going to go through everything you need to know about each contender. But before we do, I just want to remind you this. Horse betting is not legal in every state, so if you're betting, make sure it's legal. Let's start out by getting gritty with it. Post position 1, Grittiness, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden by Ricardo Santana Jr. Now, Grittiness is still a maiden, meaning he has yet to win a race. 4 tries, but context matters. He debuted at Saratoga, 2 tough maiden special weight races, 6.5 furlongs, 7 furlongs, and guess what? Finishes 6th both times. Ugh, nothing flashy there. Then in November, he stretches out to 1 mile here at Aqueduct. Now he breaks slow, he bobbles, he gets bumped, but somehow he finishes 2nd behind a heavily favored Porting, 71 buyer. Now here's where it gets really interesting. He comes back here to the Remsen Stakes, this distance and this track, and he finishes 5th, but he was passing tiring horses late and gets that same 71 buyer. The key, experience. He's one of 2 horses in this field that has already run this longer distance. And pedigree-wise, he fits in with that extra distance. He's a $575,000 colt by Curlin. Remember Curlin won the Preakness, hit the board in the Derby and the Belmont? And he's out of Coach Rocks, who also handled the longer distances. So here's the conflict. He's got the stamina. He's got the experience. But he's going to need to improve a lot. The good news, projected fast pace, and he's got top late pace figures. And the blinkers, they're coming off. And sometimes that wakes a horse up. Not my top pick, but if the pace melts down, he's the kind that could be picking up pieces late. Now let's talk about a horse that's looking to scale each furlong in a single bound. Post position 2, Schoolyardsuperman, trained by Chad Brown, ridden by Manny Franco. And yes, this one is extra special for me because he's owned by many of my friends at Commonwealth. Now, this horse has 3 starts, a win and a place, and every single race here at Aqueduct. That matters. Last time out, he goes a 1-turn mile. Now, he draws on the inside. He sits just off the pace. He puts his head in front before that far turn, and then he kicks away, and he wins by, get this, 5 lengths. Earns an 86 buyer speed figure, and that is the best figure in the field today. Manny Franco, he's been on him for all 3 starts. So he knows him perfectly. And once again, he draws the inside. That's a big deal at this distance. But here's the question. Can he go the 2 turns? He's by Practical Joke. Practical Joke isn't known as an above average sire for dirt routers. However, the damn sire is Tisnow, and he is the only horse to have ever won the Breeders' Cup Classic back-to-back. So you got the speed, you got track familiarity, tactical positioning, but some stamina questions. Now, he should be near the front, and you gotta love what he's already done at this track. My opinion, top contender. And if that wasn't enough, Chad Brown, here comes the other Chad Brown horse. And yes, we know that phrase well. Chad Brown's other horse, always dangerous. Ignore at your own risk. But how can you ignore Ottinho, who, get this, is the half-brother to Hall of Famer superstar, gun runner? Mic drop, please. Ottinho will be ridden by Jose Lexcano. He's got 2 starts, a win and a show. And like Grittiness, he has already gone this 1.125 miles distance. Now, in his debut, going a mile, he hit the gate. He showed some speed, and he earned a 71 buyer with a 3rd place finish. The next time out, $85,000 main special weight, this distance, he goes right to the lead. Now, that wasn't a very easy race for him. No, he gets into a duel, and I love that because when they're dueling, they show that they have heart. He finds a way to get that win, wins by a head, and earns an 82 buyer, and that is absolutely competitive here. So what's the conflict? He's lightly raced, he's still developing, and the pace may be hot, but he's got the distance experience, Aqueduct experience, half-brother to gun runner, and Chad Brown is the trainer. Top contender. Now, if you're finding this information useful, here's where I say, hey, hit like and hit subscribe for more racing insights like this and horse racing education. And yes, I do want you to hit like and subscribe. But for those of you who've been subscribers for long, or even those of you who are new, I challenge you, please share this with 3 of your friends who would really like this content. Likes, shares, subscriptions, they all tell YouTube, hey, keep showing this video to horse racing fans like yourself. Now, back to the contenders. Now let's pivot to a horse whose winning may make him a star, but unfortunately, speed figures doesn't look like he's going to sweep the field. Coming from post position 4, Star Sweeper, trained by Louis Linder with Angel Rodriguez aboard. Now he's got 4 starts and 2 wins, but here's the issue. Those wins came sprinting at 6.5 furlongs. And the speed figures, ultra light. Best buyer, just a 62. And when he tried the mile at Delaware, he finished 5th. Now pedigree-wise, he should like the distance. He's by Rock Your World with Tappet as the dam sire, but pedigree alone doesn't win races. Big jump in class, big jump in speed needed. My opinion, I respect the connections and the pedigree, but he's a horse I will pass on. Now here's a park shipper that's winning everything, but faces a serious class test. This is Mailata, trained by Robert Reed, ridden by Michael Sanchez. 5 starts, all at Parks, 3 wins and a show, most wins in the field, and his last 3 races, all wins. Breaks his maiden going a mile with a 72 buyer speed figure. And here's what's important. The mile at Parks, 2 turns, so has 2-turn experience. Then he wins the Pennsylvania Nursery Stakes going 7 furlongs on a sloppy track. Gate to wire, 80 buyer speed figure. Last time out, he absolutely destroyed the field, but it was only 3 horses, including himself. Parks Future Star Stakes. He wins by, get this, 19 lengths. But in all 3 races, we have to ask, who did he really beat? That's the concern. This is a big step up in quality. On the flip side, Robert Reed has won the Withers twice and believes the farther this horse goes, the better he's going to get. My take, proven winner, improving form, class question, but strong contender. Now let's have a little talk, shall we? It's Talk to Me Jimmy coming from post position 6. Trained by Rudy Rodriguez, he gets Ruben Silvera riding. 2 starts and a win and a show, both at the mile distance, both at Aqueduct, and both state restricted races. Now, first time out, he had to go really wide. He finishes 3rd, but a very low buyer speed figure of 50. Next time, completely different horse. Goes right to the front, never looks back, wins by 5 lengths in a 73 buyer. The issue? The horses he beat, they didn't really come back to improve. Now we're asking him to go farther than he ever has. Pedigree, it's mixed. He's by Modernist, and his horses are still trying to figure things out. Uncle Mo is the grandsire, that's a plus, but the dam sire is Trippy, who is better as a sprinter. My opinion, not a top pick, but lightly raced horse that can improve, and I'll keep my eye on. And finally, that horse that can really kick off your Super Bowl weekend, coming from post position 7, is 4th and 1. Trained by Jeremiah Engelhardt, he'll be ridden by Jaime Rodriguez. 4 starts, 1 win, 2 places, and 1 show, always on the board. He finally breaks his maiden last time out, going a mile here at Aqueduct, winning by, get this, 7 lengths, with a 76 buyer. Now before that, he set the pace in the Sleepy Hollow Stakes and faded to third. The concern? All of his races state restricted, and this is going to be tougher company. Now the pedigree says distance may be okay. He's by Maxfield, a solid dirt router sire. But this horse still needs to improve. My take? I respect him underneath for sure, but I'm not sold on him scoring the win. Now it's your turn. Don't be shy. Drop me a comment below. Who do you like in this race and why? And if you own a piece of Schoolyardsuperman, shout it out in the comments. If you want more race insights like this, if you want horse racing education that really helps you as a beginner, or you just want to follow that Derby trail, go ahead and hit that like button and hit subscribe. Also, share the content with 3 of your friends. I hope you all find your winners on Friday and sashay away with your money. Until next time, cheers.